Yo, check out this clip from the Pre-Patch podcast.
So Twitch has got some news coming on that is pretty cool. I don't know. Twitch right now has been in a little bit of a dumpster fire, right? It's been in this like death spiral for like the last I don't know umpteen amount of
Like
months.
month. Yeah.
Last
Like the last month it really started plummeting, but
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see I think that they're going to continue to probably lose bigger streamers as Kick kind of plays the who can buy the most streamer game. I think they're also setting their sights on another target, which we'll talk about here in the Kick side of the news. But it's going to continue to happen. You're going to continue to see it, right? Especially as non-exclusive deals are kind of going to be signed, right? Like, why would a streamer stay with a platform that is keeping them exclusive when they can go and do a non-exclusive deal, basically grab a bag of money and then still be able to stream on both? You see XQC's doing it. I think Amaranth has not streamed on both. I think she's stayed.
No, she's staying on Kick specifically right now, as of right now.
Yeah. But XQC, funny enough, we actually Enigma and I were kind of curious and wanted to just see kind of what the trend was from him moving. He went over to Kick. Obviously, his numbers got cut. He's still pulling 40,000. Like this dude's not hurt up. Like no one's hard up on XQC for where we should feel bad.
He just got 100 million. Like he's fine. He's fine for the next 2 years.
But his subscription numbers actually on Twitch were like a tenth of what they normally occur. So it's pretty interesting just to see. But that's not the news that's going on with Twitch. What is happening with Twitch is two kind of updates. One of which I'm kind of for both. Like I don't mind either one of these, but one of which is these new visibility stats into where your views are coming from. If you're familiar with any kind of social media tracking or data tracking or scraping of influencers or platforms, you're very, very familiar with where this is. If you're on the YouTube side, you can see this. But this is basically allowing you to be able to see where your views are coming from Twitch. Whether it's coming from outside Twitch, inside Twitch, search bars, where, all that kind of stuff. So we'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this. When does it matter? Plus, yes, no.
It's overdue. I'm pretty sure they always had the outside of Twitch feature, but I think it's just getting more specific. But now you're actually getting to see where people are finding you within the platform itself. So whether they're seeing you on the front page, whether they're coming in from a raid, whether they are like finding you in a directory, I think the more specifics from there is nice. And it helps at least give a little bit of rhyme to the reason of the enigma that is Twitch's lack of.
Don't be putting my name on. Like
you don't want.
I had nothing to do with this, sir.
Anymore?
I had nothing to do with this, sir.
But no, I do think the clarity is nice. I think any analytics that a platform can give you is going to be beneficial to the user. I'm just surprised it took this long.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those, like Twitch is one of those with, at least with analytics and like catching on to the industry, like the industry norm for analytics and viewing your backend, right? Your backend content and your backend analytic data, right? Like they've always been really slow with that. This really it surprises me simply for the fact that like it's good to have this analytic data, right? But like it's not useful at all other than the fact that you can there's no algorithm, there's nothing, there's no discoverability, there's nothing to push content, there's nothing for you to push other than like hashtags, I guess, and like the little like, hey, I'm streaming on just chatting, and no backseat gaming and all that bull crap, right? Like there's nothing for people to type into Twitch to be able to find like a specific, it just makes no sense to me why. It's good to have, don't get me wrong, like it's nice to see that like 20% of our viewership is coming from outside of Twitch, or 10% of our views are coming from people that are subscribed, etc., right? But like there's nothing to kind of hammer that home to, right? Like I don't understand, like maybe this is a push for them to go more in that direction of like making more of an effort for you to be more discoverability and everything like that on Twitch, but I don't know.
Well, I think the big thing here is that it's not it's twofold system. So one, this is an ability for them to combat this idea that there is no well, in their eyes, to say there's no discoverability in Twitch. What I'll say is that this graph that they specifically clipped is very telling of that, but also very skewed, because they're saying that if you look at direct traffic and Twitter, right? So obviously direct traffic and followers are going to always be the highest. The next step down is going, oh, but look, like we on other page channels, we are showing that, like we are showing giving discoverability and that we're good at it, because we're actually higher than Twitter and higher than Google and higher than Reddit. You know, we're the other channel pages are the highest, the second highest. So they're trying to kind of combat that narrative. At the same time, this also gives them the ability to go into places that there are very specific streamers that both myself and Bill are kind of anti against, that are known for embedding said stream into websites, which falsify views, inflate their numbers, and also cost Twitch money. So you know, in the long run, that's a way for them to be able to say, okay, hold on one second, where is this coming from? Is this actually coming from other, you know, places, or is this coming from an you know, directly from the site? So
right, damn embeds, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm sure if you've been playing or viewing the Diablo category.
You said, what's my view on it?
No, like the some of the people we're talking about.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's
super inflated. Yeah.
What's crazy is that they had that crackdown on it, but it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything to stop it.
Jack shit.
It didn't do anything to stop it. And it's still a rampant issue. So
now, do you think that maybe this implementation is to crack down further on that, or
no? I don't think they give a shit.
You don't think so?
I think it's.
I mean, it costs them. That's the biggest thing, is like it costs them in like the views and everything like that. The bandwidth for like the actual views. That's
the
still
only way it's
costing
actually
them.
going to do anything is if advertisers realize that they're being scammazed. That would be the only thing that would force Twitch's hand on this, because they don't care, because it still counts as traffic to their site, whether it's an embed that somebody's paying attention to or not. It's the same thing with Facebook. As long as they have that embed in somebody's timeline that's pumping a view to that person, they can use that for their analytics. They can use that for their stockholder calls, that kind of thing. Yeah, but it's still positive data.
The issue there, though, is the double side of that is that so can the said streamer, and that's what they do. So they'll use that site and say, hey, I'm getting this amount of views from the embed, and so your advertisement is showing on my site with this amount of views. So Twitch is also, do I think Twitch necessarily cares that much about it? No, but I think that when it comes down to contract splits, when it comes down to bigger discussions around partnerships and payment and stuff like that, like I think they will in turn care, but I think that that's a bigger point of this. It's not for them to let us be able to see this stuff. They want to, like, not that they can't see it, but they want to be able to know that, let us know that they're looking at it. Like that's
right.
My conspiracy theory kind of behind what this is. So,
and to be fair, I think this has always been something that Twitch has had, like, it would be stupid to think that Twitch and Twitch analytics, like, they didn't have this information on their back end. This is just something that they're pushing public now.
Cecilia, we will not comment on the truth or denial of whether that comment is true or false about what streamer we are talking about regarding the embed. Lumi, what your thoughts? Any thoughts on this? Good, bad, and different?
I'm still new. I remember looking at that when I first started doing this and thinking that the display was crap and didn't really give me any qualified information, on top of not actually having any traffic. So looking at it now, it's actually a bit more interesting. So I'm still forming an opinion on it right now, and more information will certainly allow me to make better decisions moving forward. But I think this is more of a justification to whatever Twitch is going to tell us. We're doing this because this. You can see for yourself. Look, there's graphs. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I will say that giving people more insight into their data is always good, right? Letting people see where their stuff's coming, that's always good. And what I hope this does is tells people to diversify outside of Twitch. I really kind of hope that this is something to say, hey, look, like, diversify your content outward, because if it's only coming from your followers, like, you have the ability to get it from YouTube, from TikTok, from wherever else, like, diversify. But we'll see if people actually listen and pay attention to that one. So
I think that's a big thing for a lot of content creators. Just diversify into other, like, don't put all your chips into one basket, essentially. You know,
exactly.
Like we've been pushing that kind of. At least I've been pushing that for a very long time. When it comes down to like, especially with the people on YouTube that were complaining that like they were getting demonetized over like violence videos, and it was literally just like a video game, and they were getting demonetized because of a video game.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know, man. That always
Well,
cracks me up,
we're
man.
going to talk about the YouTube side of things here shortly as well. But the other
For sure.
side that happened, and this didn't have like a real article or news article that came out. It just kind of slowly happened in transition, and people I don't think really realized it, but I did. Is that if you notice now on Twitch, you're no longer going to get like ads 1 of 2 or 2 of 2 or 3 of 2. You are going to get basically all your ads bulked together into one time frame. So whether it's 1 ad, 7 ads, 16 ads, it's just going to say it's going to say one. It's going to say 112 seconds worth of ads or whatever else.
It's
So
ridiculous, dude.
don't know why that matters. I don't know why
It doesn't.
It
yeah,
doesn't.
but-
It absolutely doesn't. It's just it's
It's
another
way,
way
of saying,
for
hey,
Twitch
you're
to
gonna miss
be.
a key moment
yeah,
at the start of the
it's
stream.
it's just another way for Twitch to tell you to piss off. Essentially, it's ridiculous.
But it's now there. So your ads are now
I'm-
going to be 120
I'm
seconds. or
I'm
12 seconds.
hoping that at some point down the road, Twitch finally pulls their head out of their ass and is like, hey, this whole us pushing advertisements on people that don't want advertisements, we need to stop that because it's actually harming our entire ecosystem. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I wish, like, if I was Aladdin and I had one last wish, it would be for Twitch to pull their fucking heads out of their asses.
I mean, I
That'd
I
be
understand.
great.
Like one of the things that I do agree with that, some people on Twitter were talking about was that, Twitch is legitimate. It is a business. It does have to make like it has to make money. And I'm not saying again to feel sorry for a multi-billion-dollar industry or multi-billion-dollar company. What I am just saying is that that there is a point where a company has to make money through their
There
program,
is.
right? And so
The-
I don't have an
my
issue
only
with ads.
my only counterpoint to that is like, yeah, they are a company. They do need to make their money. Like the paying the AWS service tickets is probably not at all cheap, right? But the fact that they've pushed more down this road of like pushing for advertisements, they've pushed to take away your autonomy when it comes to obtaining sponsorships, or they tried to at least, right? Didn't work out for them in the long run, but they tried to, and I mark
It's
my
gonna
words
come
right here.
back.
I'm sure it'll come back. Yeah, 100%. It'll just be rehashed and rewritten in a way that it doesn't sound as asinine as that last one did. But also the fact that they're taking 50-50 subsplits, like, you can't tell me that they're not making money hand over fist through all 3 of those, right? Like, there's no fucking way that they're hurting for money unless Twitch literally is hemorrhaging money left and right, which I can understand, and I wouldn't doubt. But
Yeah. Are they still are they still going to war against like ad blockers and stuff like that?
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember that was an issue.
I don't think that they've been like fighting it as much recently, but yeah, they still occasionally bring out like an
Gotcha.
update for their
I mean,
their ad blocking.
They still have
software or
Twitch
whatever.
Turbo. Like they still push Twitch Turbo.
Yeah, they
Um,
still push it. It's just they're not fighting ad blockers as hard as they were like 6
So I
months
know
ago. Like
YouTube
six,
did the same
6
thing
months
recently,
ago,
but they've laxed
yeah.
off too.
6 months ago, it was literally like every week there was another update coming out for ad blockers, right? And you'd have to. Spoilers: I use an ad blocker. Fuck your advertisements. I'm sorry if you don't like that. I don't like ads. Make it easier for me to get rid of the ads. I like YouTube's ability to skip them. Make it like that if you want me to. But yeah, it was literally like every week, sometimes multiple times a week, that they were updating their ad blocker backend code. So like, it's good on them for having coders that could do it, but you're never gonna win against the public of coders that are just like, oh yeah, that's cute. Here, 5 minutes later, it's back to what it was.
Well, what I don't
Lumi knows what I'm talking about when it comes to that.
Oh yeah.
what I don't understand either is just why not have they were toying around with this ability of having it where your ads would go up to the top right hand side of the screen and take up a section. Like, just do that. Like, don't.
I don't understand.
Like,
I honestly don't understand why they can't do banner ads.
I don't
Like
know.
I get that
mean,
it's not.
they
I get
could.
that it's not as it's not as profitable to have banner ads. It's more profitable to have like actual like full length video advertisements. But like, I would be fine with banner ads as
mean, I
long as
could-
they weren't like gigantic banners that just completely cut off the entirety of your viewing experience. So, like if it was just like a tiny little banner ad down to the bottom,
Well,
like the middle of the screen, right?
what's
I'd be completely fine with
crazy
that.
is that there's the ability, like even inside of OBS, it's easily done, which I know means that they can do it on their platform side. Is that they literally can have it where your video would shrink up, and then an ad would come at the
Yeah.
bottom of the bar, and it would just again, it's not taking up the entire screen or whatever, and it's just there, so I can watch both. And honestly, from an advertiser standpoint, that's what I want. I want an ad to be as seamless that it's just basically being imprinted into my
Well,
brain without me being
Yeah.
knowing
Well,
it.
and the thing you got to remember is like at least on for me, and I'm not sure if it's the same for the majority and you guys as well, but it's like if I'm watching a Twitch live stream, right, and I'm enjoying the content, and I'm in the middle of a conversation with the streamer, because that's the best part about live streaming is you can have live conversations, one-on-one conversations with people, and a fucking 170 seconds worth of ads pops up right in the middle of that conversation. I'm more pissed off at the advertiser on Twitch than I am at anything.
Oh yeah.
Why would I want to go and purchase whatever you just peddled to me for 172 seconds when I like
I would love to be able to find out what the actual view data is, like the average view time of those are, because I guarantee that like actual eyeballs on stream is
I guarantee you
it's
they pop
nothing.
off. Yeah, I guarantee like there is data out there that states that like 9 times out of 10, and it's probably less or more. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to pull up the actual data, but I've read in the past that like it's been seen that like advertisements push people away. Like if you get
Oh,
that
I'm
kind of
sure.
an advertisement, usually people just stop watching whatever they were watching and go and watch something else.
Yeah, go to the bathroom, whatever else. So.
I hope you enjoyed this small selection from the Pre-Patch podcast. And if you want to catch us live, we do this every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, both on YouTube and Twitch. So don't forget to like and subscribe. We are also available to listen to at anchor.fm/Pre-Patch podcast or wherever podcasts are listened to. Much love.